Where Hawaii Eats is brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertisers Dining Out, Cisco Hawaii, Outrigger Hotels and Resorts, Gather Federal Credit Union, Royal Sonesta Kauai Resort, JN Automotive Group, and Kauai Visitors Bureau.
We're in the heart of Chinatown. We're going to make an amazing dish with Chef Wan. We are going to select ingredients and we're going to head to Manoa and we're going to cook this feast.
Okay, we've been looking around here, scouting around the various, market here, and I love this because when I come to Hawaii, a couple of times I come here to get, all the ingredients for my laksa. As you know, when you're right in central Chinatown, you must know where exactly and to get the Malaysian ingredient. But I'm telling you, it's not very difficult because a lot of the common ingredients you have here in Honolulu, in Chinatown, are also similar, something that what we have back home as well. Because, with all this Thai, Indonesian, Malaysian, Vietnamese, we all kind of like similar, in using our herb. So today's recipe, I'm going to make a very nice, like I told earlier on, this typical peranakan Nyonya salad called kerabu mihun. Mihun is from the noodle, so rice noodle, where we combine prawns. We're going to make some nice sambal belacan. Remember I told you earlier on about the shrimp paste, and we're going to pound and pound and pound that, or grind them, mix them together with a bit of lime. And I just saw, look, in Honolulu, of all places, I found this beautiful small lime called the calamansi.
Oh!
Yeah, look at this. So significant in a lot of culture, especially in Peranakan, to use this in a lot of our cooking. It makes beautiful juice, very high, antioxidant, vitamin C and all that. And when you have this, it's really also good for COVID as well. And darling, you glow. Can't you tell?
I need a lot of it.
You glow. You need a lot of it, no? So I need more because I went through menopause twice, not once. Okay, it's going to be the citrus. So you have a bit of palm sugar that makes it a bit sweet, sour, and the sambal belacan give that fiery hot into the salad. Yeah, very nice. I've never seen in my entire life until I came here the smallest eggplant in the world. Hello! Hello! Imagine, you're riding on the horse. I've never seen eggplant like that before. Only here in Honolulu, huh?
Wow. So you're Filipino? No.
I'm Malaysian.
How come
Anyway,
you're the Filipino?
I'm going to Mabuhay too because I love Philippines too. Mabuhay. Now that we get all the vegetables, we're gonna get the noodle, the rice noodle, which is an essential ingredient, as well as the shrimp. Okay? And don't forget, during COVID time, social distancing, Chef Wan, and all this, wear your face mask. Isn't it? Hello? You look like you're from the military. You military boys, I see? Yeah? From the US Army, You come to Honolulu, you see so many shops selling different things, and not at one shop you can get all your interesting ingredients. Sometimes you have to run there, sometimes you have to run here, sometimes you have to run there. And by the time you finish running, you go crazy trying to finish one dish. Okay, senior citizen discount. I'm 65 years old now. $3. And you know what? Nobody goes into a market and asks for discount. I do. Because I'm a senior citizen, I'm 64 years old, I ask for discount. How you never heard? You never know. Sometimes I get lucky in the market, huh? And there are times when they see me, they look at it, free for you. Free. See how I get lucky sometimes?
I gotta say, shopping in Chinatown, very inexpensive. Products are super, super fresh. I'm really, really shocked. And then you can really get anything that you really, you need.
Yeah, we get a lot of fresh seafood here. So whenever you come to Chinatown, this is where you get your seafood. This is where you get your seafood. I get a discount. Gosh, what a stressful life coming to Honolulu to make a noodle salad. Running here, running there, and finding my noodle. Come on, let's go.
You lost your noodle.
I know. Oh, that's my noodle.
So we're now back with Chef Juan in the kitchen making kerabu mihun.
Correct.
Correct?
Yeah, and this is called mihun, rice noodle.
Rice noodle.
Yes. Yes. Big Mama's chewing away. Kupu. I went searching around the house to look for my shrimp paste. Of course, Kiana has got hers here, and I had a look at it. Where's that shrimp paste? And as much as it smells nice, this is 2017. So mine is fresh. Okay, the basic ingredient to make this, first of all, we need, for the sambal. The number one, first we have the dried noodle that we bought just now in the market, yeah? So this is fried mihun, look at that, yeah? So if you're short of wheat and you want to go a function, whatever, you just need to take 2, 3 and just tie down on, and you're going to look like Amadeus. Yeah, have you seen that? Yeah, in the oldest time. Have you seen those wigs where they wear all in white color, like the judges, you know, this is when they go to court and they put the silent place, you know? Yeah, that's the one, yeah? So anyway, it's made of rice, as you see that. So that's why we sometimes make this famous Singapore noodle here. They have that, yeah, but it's not from Singapore, it's from Malaysia. Huh? They always like to copy us. Huh? So it's not Singapore noodle, it's Malaysian noodle. So there you are. So first, when you use this noodle, the first thing you need to do, you need to soak them for a while. So this is what I'm doing now. We're soaking in the water for a while, warm water, just warm water to soften it. Can you see how softened it is now? Yeah, from this point, we can do, put them in the boiling water and just strain it. So it's basically cooked already, yeah? So this is made of rice.
So would you say one whole packet?
No, it depends how much you want to do.
I see.
Because in this case, I'll probably just use 3 packets because there are 5. Yeah, 5 packets inside there. So, and that's it. So I'm soaking it for a while, just maybe 2-3 minutes, and then when we boil the water, we can throw them inside. It's just to let it cook for a while.
And then you boil water. You're boiling.
Yeah, boiling water here because I want to cook my prawn. Yeah. So the essential ingredient number 1, of course, is noodles because it's called mihun. So the kerabu means salad. So in the Malay culture, kerabu plays a very important role in our diet because they come in many forms. They come from fruits, citrus fruits, mangosteen. They can also come from mangoes. They can come from raw papaya, just like Thai did the somtam. We have something like that as well. And then we also have many herbs. For example, the kerabu pucuk paku, the fiddle fern that you see in the jungle as well. Here also I've seen them before, the fiddle fern, and we make them into salad as well. Yeah. So we have all kinds of herbs. Toss them together. Sometimes we put cockles, we put prawns, dried shrimp, and then the base is always a kind of chili sambal to spice it up. And this is where we're talking about. So we're going to make, so what makes it? A little bit of garlic. Okay, we're going to make a tomato sambal. Yeah, a bit of chili to spice it up. This got red color. I'm going to put a couple of bird chili. Yeah, to make it a bit fiery hot. Yeah, and then I want some ginger as well. And then of course we're going to use some of the shrimp paste. Yeah, mana belacan di Kamal? I got my shrimp paste now, and so we're going to do that. And then meanwhile, one of the ingredients that goes along in the noodle is also the prawn. Yeah, so this is shrimp paste. You take just a couple of teaspoons. Yeah, you can toast them on the pan if you want to, and the whole house is going to smell like a dead rat. Yeah? Trust me, that's how it is. Yeah? So that's what belacan. But it's so crazy, the smell, but it's really, really delicious. So meanwhile, you take the prawns here, and I have my, all you do is just poach them, cook them, just boil them, maybe 2 minutes, and then drain them over cold water, make sure they're cooked inside, and then shell them off. Yeah? This one is fresh? Okay. So lemongrass, we just need to slice them, yeah? Angel, I need a cuisine art. This is how you, when you use lemongrass, after you pluck them, you cut the tip of this. This is the correct way to do it. Remove all the hard stem part there, and then you slice them. Yeah. So you don't want this. These are the base of the root of the lemongrass. We'll slice them very thin. I need a small cuisine art. I saw it the other day where your mother put it, somewhere in the kitchen. And so this we throw in the salad.
So you started here on Oahu.
Yes.
You were a chef here.
Yes, many years ago. Let's turn the clock. This was when I was a spring chicken. Yes, I was working at that time also at the Fairmont Hotel at the Squire Room, French Room in San Francisco after I studied. Yeah, so that's where I met Mrs. Gentry, Kiana, and so she has offered me to come and work with her, and because she has a new restaurant called Angelica, named after her beautiful daughter. So I thought of it like, wow, this is exciting because I've never been to Hawaii. Because back then when we think about Hawaii, it's all these people in their grass skirt, no? All the hula, kata. And then when I arrived in in Honolulu, there was nothing. I said, where is all those ladies in grass skirt? And turned out to be I have to go to the Hawaiian Culture Center in order to see them. Other than that, everybody in Hawaii, aloha, looks like Chef Wan, like Anne. And I began to realize I felt like being in Honolulu is like home.
Yeah.
Because Malaysia is very much like that. A multicultural society of Malay, Indian, Chinese. We also have Korean, Japanese, a mixture of everything. So everybody walks around, they kind of look like, like something that you are familiar with.
Sure.
And that's how I felt, my first impression of Hawaii is all about. So of course, being the chef at Gentry and Kiana had just started this beautiful restaurant. It was busy, people coming for high tea and all that. So I had to change the menu and do a few things on that. It was exciting. But meanwhile, I was also a private chef to Mr. Thomas Gentry. Yeah. And everywhere you go around town, people, talk, beautiful, wonderful things about Mr. Tom Gentry. And so I was very happy, to be working with them during that period of time. Yeah.
So you started your culinary career here on Oahu.
Yes.
Then you ventured back to Malaysia.
No, I went back to Vancouver.
Vancouver.
I went back to Vancouver. I worked in the Chateau Vista in Vancouver. And then I was in Vancouver for a while. And after that, I came back. And then I went back to Malaysia after that and started television work more than 33 years ago.
33 years ago. So you
Yes.
started television work.
Yes.
But then you are this you're this big celebrity out there.
Well, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit, And I of course, from that period, I had all my TV cook shows, many series, world travel series all over the world. I've been with, big production like with ABC for Australia for almost a year on my TV series on ABC. Called A Taste of Australia with Chef Wan. Then I was also on television in Norway, having my own show as well with Chef Gino Valanti in TV Norge. They call it TV Norge, sponsored by Startalk. So I was in Norway as well. And then over the years, of course, I've done TV shows in Singapore. I was also on Fuji TV, in Japan. So a mixture of a bit of everything here and all that. Yeah, and then of course after that, I end up on BBC World television on a series called East Bites West, where my caravan went all over South England, and that went on National Geography program as well, and went all over the world. So it's been a very exciting career as well. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna cool this prawn now, and get it off, and then we're just gonna pull them out.
Now this recipe is special. This recipe is special to
Yes,
you.
yep. You know why it's special? Because I had inherited this recipe from my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother was a typical Peranakan Nyonya lady. And when we talk about Peranakan cuisine, we call it, in Malaysia, there's one cuisine that's very unique. It's in fact a dying heritage. It's actually a cross-culture between the Chinese from mainland China that came and married the local Malay with a bit of Indonesian influence. So the men back then were very successful businessmen. They were known as Baba. The women were known as Nyonya. So it's like Nyonya and Baba. So that's why we call it the Nyonya cuisine, because the ladies were known as, because they really dressed very immaculate in their kebaya, typical Indonesian with their sarong, all this, they have all this beautiful jewelry, because my great-grandmother comes from that descendant of tradesmen, yeah. So we were well off, we have all this, I remember my great-grandmother told me a story from my grandmother that we even had, acres of what they call that, black pepper farm. Yeah, we were very wealthy. We had even steamboat coming from the river in Kuching, in Sarawak at the time, exporting all this, back then, to the whole, because Penang was also part of a spice trading port in Malaysia. So many of our spices went through that, and also the state of Malacca, another port where a lot of the spice route originate around the world. So imagine at that time Malaysia was a thriving port. That's all the spice routes started. Because people from Europe were coming to trade. In this part of the world, and then they have the northwest monsoon wind that blew them all the way down. Because those days they have to go on sailing for 6 months, and then after that they stay in Malaysia for 6 months to rest. At the time they had scurvy problems, so they need a lot of. They find out at the time mangoes were good, as well as also papaya to help scurvy. So many of the sailmen came came and landed and rest, and they also intermarried themselves. So you see Portuguese, Dutch as well, you know, that started also to kind of like later they colonized, Malaysia. So that's why you see a lot of all this influence today is what Malaysia is all about, you know, food from just about everywhere. So this peranakan, again, like I said, you know, represent one community in Malaysia, like an ethnicity and culture even exists till today. So I am that breed. So you have my great grandmother who had made this kerabu Nyonya Mihun. She is 98 when she passed away. My grandmother passed away in 96. Thank God I was there in the last breath. And then my mother who's 90 years old now, suffering dementia, Alzheimer, as well as cancer, third stage. So she's 90 years old and she has yet to die. She's not ready yet. She's still kicking away. And then of course me, I'm 64. Then I have a son who's 38 years old, who's also a head chef in my cafe. So we are talking about 5 generations of recipes, that we have passed down. So today I'm sharing that with you.
This is very special.
It is very special because it comes from my family heritage.
Wow.
Okay, so we're finished with that. The prawn is cooked here, so later and I want you to shell them out. So while you're doing that, I'm going to make my spice paste, okay?
I mean, take the
Yes.
Shell them out means take the shell off,
While
right?
you're doing that, I am going to
Right.
I'm going to try and blend this here. Is that okay? Okay. In.
I don't know if I'm doing this right.
You just shell it out.
Pull the legs off
Pull the leg off
onto
first.
the side.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
very.
that.
I know. This is how you do it. Yes, right. This is how you do it. Cool. And then it could cook for a while.
Put it on
Yeah.
Aaron's beautiful
Yeah, just,
It's okay.
Yeah.
No.
And then lastly, you just pull the tail out. See? That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
So
all
easy.
over her.
Well, that's what chef do.
I know.
I've tasted the sourness and all that. So, and the chili and the tomato and the shrimp paste and the dried shrimp. So we throw that in. Can you put down there the side? So the rest is just throwing the ingredient, and then we have the shrimp. And depend on the budget. Sometime and my grandmother have a lot of budget to make this salad, and she put tons of shrimp. But sometimes when we don't have in Asia, what we do, we cut them into half, slice them.
So it makes it look like you have more.
Yes, that's the trick, So you can slice them like that. It's also easy to eat like that when you slice them, Or you can also cut them like this little. Just slice them like that. See that? Little. Sometimes we big family, so when you have a bite, the shrimp is all there. So you're gonna
Thank you, Chef Wan, for doing this amazing dish.
almost welcome.
This is so special. There's nothing
I know,
like this.
I
This is
know.
the first time I ever had anything like this.
And I'm telling you, if my grandmother can come out from the grave, she will strangle me. Because don't tell anybody, I forgot to put the tofu. Usually my grandmother fry the tofu, slice them and put them inside. And also she ground some peanut, and then after that pound them a bit coarse and peanuts. It makes it even better.
So so we can
Yeah.
actually add some fried tofu to
Yes,
the dish.
and peanut as well, because sometimes there are many variation, and all that. So that makes it better and all that. But usually our chili is not so spicy like this, so we can put a lot more, and so it becomes more red, in color. But other than that, it's just the balance of the spicy, sour, and I think I can find a better fish sauce than this one.
The red boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I can find a better one.
I think it's perfect the way we made
Oh
it.
well.
I think it's perfect. And thank you so much for doing the show, and stay tuned for more episodes of Where Hawaii Eats. Thank you.
Thank
This
you.
is my third-
And mahalo
third
to
dish.
everyone, and mahalo to you too.
Thank
And
you.
of course our dear cameraman too. Thank you so much. And let's not forget, we have to thank Kiana.
And Kiana, thank you so much for letting us use your kitchen.
And for all the ingredients
And your
all that.
ingredients,
Yes,
and
and
from your
Angel
herb
for you
garden.
all, they're all here at the set. Everyone watching. and I hope I'm able to come back again and do this series in Hawaii. Yeah.
Yes, we look
Would it
forward
be
to
fun?
that. Yes,
They
absolutely.
would love having me here in Hawaii.
Absolutely.
Aloha.
Where Hawaii Eats is brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertisers Dining Out, Cisco Hawaii, Outrigger Hotels and Resorts, Gather Federal Credit Union, Royal Sonesta Kauai Resort, JN Automotive Group, and Kauai Visitors Bureau.